It's Mr. Bill. I always hit the live button and then there's like four things. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to do this and I forgot to do that. This is why I do it on the fly now. Yes, and it's all practice for something else. It's like it's taken years. So, this is Dr. Mia Luth, and what day is today? Where are we going? Okay, 5:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York, USA. It's the 2nd of June, 2025. And I mentioned I'm gonna put X account. Um, X account. I still say Twitter. I still like Twitter better. X account is I'm the only one. I am the only singer. Okay, on YouTube there are other Creasesingers, so I do Creasesinger from Earth. I'm trying to learn to enunciate. I have. Oops, I did it again. I have to get used to the fact that I need opposite sides. It's a goalie thing too, right? But yeah, and I smacked my head trying to maneuver in bed. I know. I beat myself up in bed. And I'm not used to my new configuration because I'm trying to configure my room so that because my studio was in my room in my last place and my room was a lot bigger. My bedroom was a lot bigger. So I'm trying to figure out how to work this so that I can dance because I've had requests for that because it's a whole new, smaller space. And I have things that I didn't have before, such as I've been doing some painting. Yes, so mostly because I can't afford other people's stuff, so I just paint my own. Yeah, so I don't run around beating people up. Okay, well, I said that out loud. But to be honest with you, it is kind of like that. I'll admit it. I'm an ice hockey fan, and the National Hockey League. I don't think I'm jealous, but I can say there have been a couple times when I have been at a live ice hockey game, and it doesn't matter what shirt I was wearing. It doesn't matter which team I was rooting for. Sometimes you just in a building with people who are trying to love on some hot ice hockey and enjoy it, and there's children, and it's mostly family friendly. And hockey friendly is a little different, but still, and you just hear some yapping, flapping, somebody who just needs to be shut down. And all you want to do, you're out in the crowd. You can't do what the hockey players do. They just, sometimes just run after somebody and smash them in the face, right? Can't do that in real life. It's like, if I only, like, okay, 6 steps and I can probably knock out a chiclet because this one needs to be shut down. Like, it's not even a question of like rival teams. It's just like sometimes there's just that one person who's just absolutely the worst kind of obnoxious, right? Yeah, and like in front of children doing it, saying stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not allowed to do that. And so sometimes there's been a couple of ice hockey games I've gone out of there a little upset because I couldn't get up from my chair. Just go and break a nose because you're not allowed to do that. And when you're outside the glass and then with all the fans see. So the National Hockey League, fellas, okay, consider yourselves particularly blessed, right? So whenever it starts to get to be a grind or you just hate it or life is or they're beating the crap out of you on the ice, whatever's happening, just know it's your passion. Because if I did it, I don't know, I'd have throw me out. I don't know. But you know what I'm trying to say? It is like that. And yes, I'm a female, so it's not as though I get agitated that quickly and I'm used to hockey grounds. But there have been 2 occasions where I'm like, somebody's got to do it, and it might as well be me. I'm like, I might even get kicked out of this building, but at least that one will like learn a lesson. Like, whoa, Nelly, yeah, it's like that. So it's not even it's not so much a hockey thing as it is. There's just sometimes there's this one person who is annoying everybody. So it doesn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't even matter sometimes if it's rivalry. It doesn't matter whose colors you're wearing. Sometimes it's just that person needs to be taught a lesson. And you know, we're not allowed to do that. Fans aren't allowed to do that. It sucks. ice hockey dudes who get paid to do it inside, while you people get paid to do it in the glass there. All right, you guys can take after somebody. I mean, I know you might get fined. There's some stuff, right? Who knows what might happen, but you probably won't have to get a lawyer. Me, have to be a good example for boys and girls and everybody else, apparently. So, it would be the wrong thing for me to do that. But oh boy, I have come close twice in two hockey games. I've been to a lot of ice hockey games live, so that's I can I can handle a lot of annoyance and agitating and frustration, but sometimes there's that just one, and it happens at concerts too. That one yappy flappy just won't shut up the whole game saying I don't even know, or won't shut up during a concert, which is just wow. Mm, yeah. So anyway, I was talking about some stuff the other day, and I'm working on my lighting. By the way, I have to do it all on my own, which I don't want to do. Okay, you understand? I'm not enjoying myself. Okay, this is not okay. I have my entire family's deceased. Some friends have died. Had a couple friends who didn't really understand that I was having a very bad reaction to some medication, and they stopped talking to me, which is fine. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, if you think somebody's just going to be a lifelong friend and they go a while with you, but the minute that there seems to be trouble, it's just like, oh, well, there you go. I'm not like that. Like, I'm like, what's the matter? Oh, no. Oh, crap. Well, okay. I guess I won't do that this weekend. I guess let's just go. I don't, and see, there are people who find that strange. That I'm just like, I'm not as fair weather as me. I'm just like, what? I don't give a shit if it's a fucking blizzard, man, this is important. Like, this is important. Even if it's not as important to me, or it's not like a life and death emergency, but still, when you know somebody just took a beating, like a friend of mine, I was more friends with him than I was his wife, because it was our activities we would do. She wasn't exactly the outside kind of person, and I dig the outside. So they had a boat and we'd go, and it's the Chesapeake Bay, and there's a lot of boats and mariners and all kinds of other stuff. There's this state has a lot of water. People may not realize how much coastline the state has. I mean, Alaska has a lot of coastline, but I guarantee you may not think about it, but Maryland has a lot of coastline, because rivers, lakes, streams, okay, bays, the ocean, um, what else is there? Yeah, several rivers, two bays, the ocean, and so we have a lot of water-based stuff that happens here, and people. So that's just something that I would do with a group of friends. Now, most they were all male, because I tend to hang around males a lot. I don't know, I like it. I'm used to it, which is why sometimes I gotta be like, look, it's not like I don't get it, fellas, but some of you need to freaking calm your mouths down and keep the locker room talk like to the older adults inside the locker room. Keep it to yourselves, okay? Like, geez, willikers, dudes. I mean, I someone once told me I had a mouth that would make a sailor blush, and I'm just like, yeah, well, okay, I learned it from the sailors. What do you want from me? I mean, they respond to that kind of stuff. But anyway, so Maryland has a lot of coastline. People don't realize it. And this person, we knew each other. We started to get to know each other because we worked together on a contract, and then it all kind of shifted around. But we knew each other, and we would get together we made sure the group would make sure to get together every month if we could. So when the weather was right, we'd go out on the boat, and then afterward we'd all stop and eat and fix food. So I knew his wife, I met his wife, but I spent most of my time with him. But at one point, he got blindsided by a divorce, and that was like it was right in the middle of me losing. I was let go. There was a job, they ran out of money apparently, and that was like scary as shit. Okay, people knew need to understand. Yeah, I was making my own income for a very long time. Okay. And when you can't make income, life gets a hell of a lot more stressful. Okay. Especially if you have things like you've got all these things you got to pay, insurance, all the, yeah, I mean, your health insurance you got to pay, you got to do all this stuff. Very, very, very stressful. And so in that stress, though, I made sure that I called him every single day for like 6 months. And sometimes, and when I first started calling him, I would just say, "Well, you don't need to say anything, but if you feel like you need to talk, then do it. Just call me in the middle of the night or whatever. Or we can plan a time for me to call you, and so you know that if you need to talk and just blah, vent or just blah, 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 or just bounce something off or just sit on the phone and cry, eventually we just set up a time. So we call him 30 every night, and we just sit on the phone. And sometimes he would cry with different me, right? Some people don't want to cry alone. And it took a while because it was like, I mean, he got blindsided. He didn't really realize that there were issues, and some of it had to do with the fact that, she had mobility ambition, and she really wanted to move to another state where she could have a much higher paying job, and it was closer to her family, and the two of them, it just happened that way. And she didn't really put any effort at a certain point into trying to make that marriage work. So those are the kind of things. It's like I don't even care. Just what people tend to ditch pretty quickly. Which I mean, I understand sometimes when like if your life is in the crapper. I was like, well, I guess we're gonna be walking around in the crapper. I can't really do much for you. I'm sorry, I'm in the same crapper you are. And it's not Misery Loves Company, but it is like, well, at least we're in a similar crapper. Call each other every other year or something and be like, well, I'm still alive. How are you doing? Like, how did your stuff turn out? Oh, great. Lost the leg. Fantastic. Unfortunately, things like that happen. I've known a lot of people. Anyway, so yeah, I've been doing art, and I got a guitar I can fool around with. And so I was cut off the last time. When anybody picks up a guitar, listen, okay, I know a lot of people. There's a lot of ways to learn guitar. There's a lot of people tell you can, learn it, accelerate, learn it. Probably, okay. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you learn it. Whether you learn chords first, whether you learn, the notes first. It doesn't matter how you learn, okay. But it does matter. Like one of the very first things you need to do is understand your instrument, okay. Understand how it works. Understand how to fix it. Make sure you know. Okay, these don't have uh, the little pegs. What are they called? Pegs, yeah. Uh, this is a sound hole. This is also a place where pigs like to visit. I don't know how many times. So guess what? I started using granilla snot. I have a small dyslexic problem, and I used to call it granilla snot without understanding that I wasn't saying gorilla. People would chuckle at me all the time and like pat me on the head like I'm cute. And it took me a while, like a little slow on the uptake on that one. Like what? What's the matter? Like what I do? And it's because yeah, because I was saying granilla snot. It's like aminals. Oh, look at the aminals. Look at the funny animals. I know, like a little kid does say aminals and granilla. Now I say animals and I say gorilla, but gorilla snot. It's not just for drummers; it's good for other things too. So I got in the habit of using granilla snot on granilla, gorilla snot on my hands, and my fingers to keep picks, and then you could like gorilla snot one to your. Right? If you don't have a mic where you can put it or somewhere else, you can just gorilla snot one right to your guitar. But I'm dead serious, okay? Just the one thing I have met some people, and one of the things that the first thing I can say is that if you want to play electric, okay, try to learn on an acoustic because when you get to the electric's going to be easier. Okay, for the most part, most electric guitars, no matter how they're built, are going to be easier. So when you do the hard one first, okay, you're building your fingers with strength, and your action is going to be different, okay, because and there are width differences and things like that. Also, with electric guitars, you quite literally do not need this hand sometimes. You don't need the strumming hand or the picking hand, because sometimes you can just wow, wow, wow. Yeah, see, like you touch it and it makes, but this is just a plain acoustic guitar, and it is not that effective to do it that way. But electric guitars sometimes great. You don't even need to use this hand to play. I I was working on a song. I got to borrow somebody's guitar, I guess, at the end of the year last year. It was a shit end of the year for me. Holy balls. Yeah, life is kicking the shit out of me. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even get a shot in. Oh, wait, just you wait there. I don't know, freaking, what's it called? Rope-a-dope. Rope-a-dope your ass, fucker. Right after your kidney. I can take it as long as you can. No, not really. I'm just a little girl. People forget that sometimes. See, my dude friends forget that sometimes. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, dudes. Wow. Yikes. Anyway, especially when they're all fucking themselves up, and I'm like, okay, you do realize people care about you, right? Then I start being an asshole to them. Like, well, tough shit. I care. Fuck you. That's not a good excuse. This is how we say hello in the world of rock and roll. This is like one up is hello, and two up is goodbye. Anyway, it's like aloha. Learn to just touch your strings. Okay, doing this kind of thing. Just understanding how the sounds work, how they come out. You can press things, you can play. It sounds like crap. It doesn't even matter. Like you'll be able to start hearing that when your fingers are here, it's a higher pitch, it's a higher frequency. It's right because you're at a high E here and you're at a low E here and in between. And after a while, if you use a tuner, and I am snark tuner, I'm a snark tuner. Let me put this down here now. It doesn't, people could try and sell me whatever they wanted to, but me, I'm a snark tuner kind of gal, okay? Snarks are readily available almost anywhere, and different prices. So I think the last one I had was for all stringed instruments. Now, sometimes they're just for a guitar, but also they have ways to help you tune up or tune down if you're not really familiar on how to do it. So the more you do it with the help of a snark, eventually you'll be able to do it probably without the help of a snark, because you'll just start hearing it and realize you go up, it's a little flat, it's a little sharp. I'm a snark tuner kind of gal. I don't have one right now. Everything I have is going again. I don't know. I am. I'm asking God in all honesty. Okay, what the fuck did I do to you? Do we have a problem? Like what, dude, man? Like I must have really fucked up somewhere along the way in another life or somehow, which I'm not going to debate with people. Nor am I going to debate flat Earth, or okay, I am also not going to debate what's it called, rapture. Okay, no, kind of gal. Also Fender guitar, Fender Strat, just straight out. No, I mean, if I really needed to play or could play, and it was like some kind of emergency, and somebody handed me a different kind of electric guitar, I would figure out. But oh no, this Strat is like my thing. It's just me and the Stratocaster. We have this thing going on. Okay, so I've touched a lot of guitars in my life, and I can tell you that absolutely, positively, the Stratocaster and I are just we're like cool with each other. We're like we like each other. We fit each other's bodies. We know what each other's thinking. That kind of thing. Right. So I'm also a Fender Stratocaster. Yeah. I don't have one right now. But these are all things that I put on my wish list, and nobody gives me birthday presents because my whole family's dead, and nobody brings me Christmas presents, or I don't have the advantages that most of the human population does. So when people start getting shitty with me online, I do take the time to alert law enforcement about it. See, people are out there lying their faces off trying to tell you there are no rules. But in the United States of America, I can tell you, number one, the FCC federally regulates all this stuff. Okay? And, okay, some of these commercial, well, some of these, what do you call them, communications, whatever. The word is right there and it's not coming out. But telecom companies, okay, in the United States, if you want to work in the United States, you're going to run up against the FCC at a certain point. And there are some also standards of living that are just normal common sense. You understand? So it is much harder to hide people who use the internet than you think it is. And I would like to remind everybody that the internet was made originally for the purpose of using private networks by the United States military. So, I think the United States military probably knows a hell of a lot more and are probably a little more sophisticated than most of you, even if you are cool in fifth grade or as a teenager or wherever the hell you are. No, most of you aren't that sophisticated. So, okay, there is a way to trace it. At this juncture, there are things already seen on TV. There's cases that are going because somebody had emails and they were easy to confirm. And I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I'm not law enforcement, but I'm sure some law enforcement in the United States probably do appreciate the fact that you put this stuff on. It's just evidence against you. See? And clearing your cache doesn't really work because there's usually some kind of temporary. And if you've been live at any time on the internet, it could be in somebody's server. For instance, Verizon server or Comcast server or Rogers Net server or whoever's servers. Hi, that's right. I'm an asshole. There's a song, right? Oh, Ronnie Radke. Yep. Wake up. Yeah, I know. He cracks me up. I like that song. Because I'm an asshole. Well, I am one too in this fashion, all right? The internet is not meant for, human trafficking, okay? Right? Trying to abduct people, propaganda that gets people killed. But we never intended to do it. Yeah, well, tough shit what you intended to do. Your intention means nothing. Right. Anyway, yes, it is entirely possible. I mean, these days, especially in the United States, and at some point, the state of Maryland now is probably much more cyber security alert, and they probably have contacts in the federal government in order to run checks on you that perhaps local sheriff's teams. Okay? Some of you got to know, man, you can be found. And if you give me enough of a hard time, you had better believe I'm going to call in some favors and haul you right into court. If it's egregious enough, depending on what your social media might say, okay, you can actually be extradited to the United States. Listen to me carefully. See, 0 watchers, it says I've got. Sometimes there is somebody watching, but it just doesn't show up on my thing. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Anyway, I have to talk quickly because I have something to do. But I have been working on the lighting. I like this lighting better. I do my own hair. I do my own makeup. I do pretty much it all, and I shouldn't have to. And I started a nonprofit organization, which was a music ministry. And I would like to tell the Christians, if you assholes don't fucking help me, then so help me God. I hope he finds you completely and fucking straight out guilty of something. Okay, because Christians, you want to rap, you want to flat. Okay, but I've been asking for volunteers for a long time online. I've been called a scam. I mean, you guys, and then I got attacked viciously, no less. Okay, like I had to just leave the internet for a whole year because of it. I've been online for a long time, since before most of my friends were online. Yeah. Okay, since when it was really like, and it costs like $15 to send a 5 sentence email to your friend. Yeah, some of you don't know shit about that. But you should know that the internet was created by the U.S. military for the U.S. military. That is not a false statement. Many of you will get caught. I'm telling you point blank. All right? I mean, I really have had enough of the abuse, and a lot of it is unfounded. And people don't do research, and then you start talking, and then you start talking about crap that you don't know about. And so every time I go online and I try and get donations or I try and find volunteers, there's every motherfucker on this goddamn planet complaining about something, but very few who do something about it. Hi, I'm an asshole who just said that right out loud. My name is Dr. Mia Lueth, and if you have a problem with that, find a way to come to 533 Booth Street, Elkton, Maryland, 21921. Okay? I'm not a dummy. I'm not an idiot. Everybody over the age of 50, listen, I don't give a shit how young I look. If you don't think I'm an equal, motherfucker, you're wrong, and you're going to find out the hard way. And you better stop with the bullshit. Oh, by the way, there are 33rd degree female Masons on planet Earth. Okay? Just fucking accept it. I have gotten tired of some things, and I would just say what I say. But for those new to guitar, listen, if you don't know, don't get frustrated, okay? If you have a teacher and you're not learning properly from that teacher, keep trying. But at a certain point, maybe you need to switch teachers. Maybe you need to stop, okay? You have to know yourself, understand your learning style, okay? Spend a lot of time with yourself. The better you know yourself as you grow up, the easier it is to communicate to other people. The easier it is to understand your emotional intelligence, okay? As whoever you are or whoever you're going to be. And the sooner you figure out closer to the truth of what your purpose is. It's okay to spend time by yourself. It's okay to check your body out. It's okay to understand how you work. You understand? It's okay to monitor yourself and be like, man, I've been saying shitty things to people all this week. It's okay to do that. Maybe something's wrong. Maybe something's not wrong. Maybe you're just changing in a certain way. Okay? But anybody's first time guitar, it's just the one thing I tell you. If frustration sets in, just learn how to futz with it. Just futz with it, okay? Because you need calluses on this anyway, okay? It's callus fingers. You just need them, all right? You can't really play effectively if you don't have finger calluses. It's one thing that every guitarist has in common. Every single one of them. So some people I know have gotten frustrated, but it's because, one, the learning style, and two, don't even understand how your instrument works. See, if you understood how the instrument works a little bit better, one, you could also start understanding, okay, well, I know I'm going to be, low up here and high up here, and I know that these frets are going to, and this is going to, because you took time to just mess around with it. I don't even know. I play chords, and sometimes I don't know what chords they are. It's just true. Like, that's why I can't write music. I have to record it and then have somebody help me do that. Some of that had to do with the fact that I didn't have a lot of time when I was younger. But anyway, I am going to try and do some dancing. I am going to try and get some information up here that will be helpful. I have not had any paranormal activity in this location at all. Okay. In that previous location, there was some, but it seemed to have died down. And I'm not entirely sure what it was, but occasionally that will happen. I have a specialty, and sometimes I have to use it. I am trying to tell people, especially Christians, okay, if you're going to flap the gums, you better walk that walk or sit down and shut up. And I don't care if you're a damn man. Okay, you guys, you don't have excuses. Should have been helping me the whole time. Okay, my whole family's dead, you assholes. I mean, military family, hi. Most of the people with the name Lueth in this country serve this fucking country, man. Where's my military family jumping in when I need fucking help? Nowhere. I think I'm in the wrong fucking universe. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it online anymore. Okay. All right. Like, it's all fun and games, except for the fact that you don't know what somebody's been through. Most of you aren't sophisticated. If you don't have anywhere near the kind of training that I have, then don't bother. Okay? Just listen and learn. And if you don't like doing that, fine. Goodbye. I'm an asshole, stupid cunt bitch, and I'm just jealous, blah, 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 whatever you fucking need to help you sleep at night. Okay? Fake celebrities. I'm done. I'm now going to contact a certain number of celebrities of the music variety and some actors, people. You understand? I will be contacting them. I know how they do that. They're official people. Okay? Some of you have been contacting me, and if you are not those people, you are using their pictures and their lives, and that is identity theft, and it is against the fucking law. And they can sue you civilly. If they can't get you one way, they'll get you the other way. So I suggest y'all just back the fuck off of me. If you're going to be fucking fake celebrities. All right? I'm not kidding. It's gotten stupid now. It really has. And I'm tired of it. And I happen to have some, I mean, I can't say we're best buddies or anything, but I know one of them enough to know that you have to be a fake one. I will be turning you in. I don't have time for this shit, but I'm making time anyway. Do not pretend to be someone else online. It is wrong in every possible way. You could not have a proper reason for that. I'm out in the open. Everybody can easily check, even though I'm not verified on my Twitter account. I don't even have $11 a month to do that because I've been paying for all this out of my own pocket. There's some people want some music out of me. Well, I don't have a contract, so I'm like, well, that's wonderful. Can you give me some fucking equipment and a real band? Okay, great. Otherwise, well, then you're just going to have to wait till I can figure out how to do it all by myself. Right? I've just had it. Some of you are not brilliant or geniuses, okay? Everybody, it's like, okay, life hurts sometimes. That truth shall not ever change. Teach children how to defend themselves in situations too, people. I mean, if you keep mollycoddling them and spoon feeding them, let me just tell you, if some shit breaks loose, they are going to be the first ones to go. Anybody who knows me, if you're on tour, keep that shit tight to yourself. I'm not kidding. I have some friendlies on tour right now out there. Hi, guys. Have fun. There's some nice people who are putting things online so I can, like, see them live. Like, all the people who put the Boardwalk Rock stuff online from Ocean City, Maryland. I've been putting some of that up on my X account. I appreciate it greatly. I get to see songs, and in some cases, it's almost like the whole concert. It wasn't. And then there's another one, I think Blue October. Different people put up different songs, but I pretty much think I've gotten the whole concert, which is as close as I can get. But yeah, don't think, like, so many people have this bullshit in their head, and you got to know that. Can't always be right. But the people who search for the truth and you get some truth and disclosure and then you're in denial of it, well, nobody can help you anymore. So I'm putting my foot down. Enough is enough on certain things. No more fake celebrities. I'm going to freaking turn you all in. Okay? One I know has to be that person. Okay. And another one, it was their people who contacted me. And I don't have people that way, so that makes sense. Someone, people contact me and they have people do that kind of thing. I don't have people do that kind of thing, so I contact their people. In fact, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, so many people think you know stuff, and you are putting such incorrect information online that you must be stopped by excessive force if necessary. Okay? Yes, I'm 53 years old. I'm not well taken care of. I can't compare to all the, pretty ass shaking bitches who do nothing but primp and preen all fucking day. Now, somebody puts me in that position, I can girdle out for you. But I am not in that position. I am not in competition. I am not chasing. I am not begging. I have plans. I have standard mark things. I have a PhD. I've almost died quite a few times actually, but one pretty much that was going to be it for me. Okay, just don't compare yourself to anybody else. Don't be, complaining so much online about your fucking government and the United States government. Listen, rock and rollers. Okay, I've been in there. Okay, unlike your dumbasses, you got to live your fucking dreams while I was in there trying to figure out how to fucking maneuver. I wanted to be a rock and roller, so I better get some goddamn help from musicians mighty quick. Congratulations, you got to be rock stars. Yeah, me, I went in there and tried to learn how it worked instead of being a rock star. Think about that. Sit with it. Somebody, you will see this. I don't care how many it says are watching it. I don't care. Eventually, you will see it. Because I feel like bending reality this time in my favor. Some of you dudes used me as a fucking shield, man. Come on, class it up just a little. I need fucking help, and I'm asking. And many of you at this juncture are in your multi-millions and you have some free time, or you can pay your people to fucking help me. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Also, celebrities and famous people. Okay, just from here on out, if you want to mention me online, you need to warn me well ahead of time. Okay, so that all the jealous people, okay, or the people who don't understand what I've been through, and then give me a shitload more crap like Josh Groban's fans did. Don't do it in public, please. Unless I am fully aware and fully protected. Understood? I need to brace for the impact of your fucked up fans, okay? Thank you very much. Have a nice day, everybody. All right? We're all supposed to be helping each other. I don't give a shit, ladies, how you feel about it. Right now, I'm unable to help you because you're supposed to be covered under male heads. Now, I realize you don't like that, but I don't give a shit what you like and what you don't like. Just like most of this place doesn't give a shit about who I am. But unfortunately, you will, because even if I die, I can assure you the work that I've done that's been put online alone, not to mention the stuff behind the scenes, there are a lot of people, and you're swearing you doing all this and you doing all that, and you're making all kinds of money and all this other kind of shit. And let me just tell you, man, you're the ones in a world of hurt, and some of us can see it. And I have taken beating after beating after beating after beating. So no, now I'm going to rope-a-dope you. You've already lost. I win. Okay? I'm done with it. Just done with it. Fake celebrities, knock it off. Okay? Anybody who wants to, wants me to pay them to promote my stuff, I can't pay you. Okay? I run a 501c3 nonprofit. Okay? If you understood how much healthcare costs in this country, I mean, I give everything I have and then some I didn't even have. And that was just wrong. Okay? So, no, I have, real face. This is basically what I look like. I get out of bed. I don't have time to be all doing high production. Why? Because I got to go to doctors and I got to figure out how to get a ride and I got to deal with people who aren't okay in the head. And I got to deal with, okay, well, your medication went this way and then it went that way. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay? No one in this world has really, up to today, given me any reason to stay. And don't be trying to tell me that people who unalive themselves go to some purgatory, because that's a lie. All right? Enough with the lie. Shut up with the church crap. What the fuck are you pastors talking about online? Why don't you shut up and sit down and be still with God and the Bible for a while? Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but it certainly does not jive with scripture. Yeah, and I'm a nerd, by the way, everybody. Yeah, so some nerds don't have a problem getting laid. I just don't run around doing that anymore. I mean, like I said, dog when I was younger. I like dudes. What can I tell you? I don't know. I like dudes. Okay, it's true. All right. Okay, but at 53, I earned respect. Okay, I'm falling all apart over here, and people keep trying to tell me to do more stuff. Well, fuck your mothers, man. Nobody should be telling me to do things for you or asking me for money. That makes you a shitbird. So now I'm going to start putting your name out on public access, right out there in public. Okay? I got an X account. I have an Instagram that I don't check, but I do have an Instagram just because a couple goalie friends are on Instagram. I check in with them every so often. And I have an X account and I have my YouTube account. And I have Singing from the Crease at WordPress. Okay? WordPress. Look up Singing from the Crease. All right? I've been online for a long time. And I've been dealing with a lot of shit. And I got to be honest with you. Some of you, you're going to get got. Because I fucking had it. And I guarantee you can be found. Okay? A lot of you people don't understand the internet and all this other stuff anywhere near the level you need to actually hide. All right? Just know that I'm being honest, I'm being truthful. Yeah, and nobody really wants to give me any good reason to continue on. Especially fellas, look, what do you want me to do here? Okay? There's a contingent of you that just bitch about women around me all the time, endlessly, nonstop, making jokes about, I was willing to nibble off one arm because of the bitch I was staying with, just to get away from her. All right? Okay? Enough, fellas. Keep that in the comedy clubs and nowhere else. All right? I spend most of my time with males. I understand males. I listen to males. I am done, though, dealing with the fake celebrities, this onslaught of fake celebrities. Promoter, just like, oh, it's just $10. I mean, I don't like just $10. I use Snap card for food, so I don't have liquid money for food. That's just honest. You understand? My Social Security monthly is $917. You know what happens when it goes in my bank? I then write a check for $917 for cost of care. So I can see a therapist and be close to doctors. So I'm in a program because I don't have family that give a shit about me, or friends, by the way. And a lot of you, I'm glad that you just decided to just toss me under the bus or just leave me in a horrible state and not give a shit. Because now I know. I'm going to say what I say. Sometimes I call God a dick. Why? Because I have to vent sometimes. There's it's just enough. Okay? It is enough. I've had enough. Okay? People get online and you think you know every goddamn thing and you barely know anything. Just understand that. You barely know anything. All right? Up until recently, nobody's given me any reason to stick around here. And then you give me shit because I started the US government gave me shit. Okay, fuck you. You have been giving me shit because I used my stimulus check to start a fucking nonprofit to help politicians understand where the needs of local places are and to help, right? People know that, yes, expanded dental care is an absolute necessity. There is no question about that. And that did happen. And it still needs work, okay? But people die from bad teeth all the fucking time in this country. The truth is the truth. I don't care who wants to hear it or not. Okay, fuck you, you don't want to hear it. Too bad you don't like it. I got proof. Okay, pay me to present it to you. So yeah, I'm an asshole. I'm whatever you want to call me. I've had people tell me I'm what's it called? Oh, I'm hyper vigilant, and so but I could say the same as well. Maybe it's you're not vigilant enough. So hey, rock and rollers, okay, kiss my ass, man. I support you guys all over the freaking place. T-shirts on shit. It's just like okay. I was 98 Rock. I was board of directors for a while. I used to have a friend who did production work with 99.1 HFS, which, by the way, got shut down. Well, that was the alternative station around here. Well, somebody should make a new one. Okay? Alternative to what, by the way? Like, I don't know. Fucking people with their genres. It's all just noise for me. Like, fuck the genres. Some of the people get it, though. There's bands out there who get it. They're the ones who are going to last, by the way. Anyway, hey, rock and rollers, while you were living your fucking dreams, you understand, I was figuring out how that fucking pile of shit DC's working. Okay? And it's not always a pile of shit. Right? If you're going to be like, oh, rock and rollers, if you're going to be all talking about, the shit that you don't know that I've had to tolerate and try and figure out how to work it. Okay? This whole time. Hey, don't be talking about draining DC because easily somebody could turn around and say, well, then let's drain the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Shall we, Ketis? Tyler? Oh. I'm mentioning names right out loud. Okay? All I'm saying is rock and rollers. I hear you. I understand. Here's the thing. You guys have to be prepared to drain your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame if you want to keep coming at the United States government. Because I guarantee you do not have the same kind of inside understanding of how this government works like I do. Because you've been too busy, right, stroking your own egos. And by the way, some of these tickets, people are actually going broke and, yes, killing themselves because they can't get to your shows. Wake the fuck up, assholes. Who do you think you're helping? Sit with